I clocked out of the downtown grind, where the coffee's bitter and the boss is blind, to the way I hide my Sunday light under a blazer black as midnight lines. I keep a picture in my pocket of a fairground kiss and denim rockets, where the Ferris wheel spun slow enough to hear my heartbeat keep its promise on the sidewalk, glass and mirrors. I'm a stranger to my kin, but inside me there's a bonfire and it's begging me to spin. I want a skyline made of hay bales, neon signs that tell the truth, a barroom band that starts at 9, and a dance floor built for proof. I grew up on a 2-lane hush, thunder rolled and we never rushed. Granddad's fiddle on the porch steps told the stars we had enough. Mama's Sunday choir robe still smells like rain on April oak, and I think about that gospel when this city air gets broke. I traded boots for button shoes, the kind that shine but don't belong. I kept my hat on bedroom hooks and locked my laughter in a song. But somewhere past the concrete dreams, a roadside cherry moon is spelling out my second chance with letters white as June. Neon boots and daydream suits, I'm splitting seams to find my roots. Slide guitar can stitch me back with every silver note of truth. Put a fiddle on my shoulder, let the beat come stomping through. Neon boots and daydream suits, I'll be the real me next to you. There's a diner by the county line where the pie can heal a soul, where the jukebox spins forgiveness and the fries are full of gold. I remember how your lipstick left a secret on my hand, like a roadmap back to nights when we were kings of nowhere land. Those late September constellations, sparks inside your auburn hair. If I lay still, I swear I feel the breeze of being there. So I'm driving out at midnight with the skyline in the rear, and every mile I drop a fear till only love is near. A billboard for a honky-tonk curve, blue around the bend. There's a denim dress in cursive and a promise to transcend. When the door swings wide, the air is sweet with sawdust, smoke and light. My heartbeat taps a two-step as a steel guitar takes flight. You're there beside the bar rail with a grin I always knew, and the band leader shouts, baby, this next song's for you. Neon boots and daydream suits, I'm splitting seams to find my roots. Slide guitar can stitch me back with every silver note of truth. Put a fiddle on my shoulder, let the beat come stomping through. Neon boots and daydream suits, I'll be the real me next to you. Kept a million little maybes stacked like boxes in my mind. But what if we are meant for more than city lights and subway doors? What if all we need is rhythm, worn out floors and open pores? Your hand finds mine like summer rain, simple, warm and overdue. And suddenly the past makes sense, the future does too. Neon boots and daydream suits, let's rip the script, escape the loop. I'll sing the life we always wrote in margins we outgrew. With a fiddle on my shoulder and the truth beneath my shoes. Neon boots and daydream suits, I'm coming home to you. We were broke as Sunday promises, but rich in open sky. You drew hearts on dusty window panes, I swore I'd make them fly. We did it on a diamond, but the stars were on our side, turning gravel into glitter every time we took that ride. Your laugh was gasoline, my grin a crooked match. We burned through all our doubts with one well-practiced scratch. My radio was half a song, your voice filled in the rest. We turned the chorus into something new and called it blessed. There's a farm stand off the county road that sells their peaches sweet. We bit into the sunrise till it ran down to our feet. A scarecrow waved us onward like the declaring we were royalty on a Friday night reborn. We left our worries sleeping in a pile beside the fence, sneaked across the river bridge where summer made a sense. You wore my faded jacket, sleeves rolled to your eyes, and swore my name looked better when it matched your summertime. Backroad confetti, fireflies and dust, sprinkling up like wedding rice from tires we can trust. Fiddle in the rear view, steal across the dust. Backroad confetti, blessing both of us. We mapped our future loosely with a pencil from the store, crossed out all the maybe nots, circled always more. I said I'd get a better job, you said we'd build a porch where we could hang up worries like lanterns on a torch. Lightning did a drum roll in the meadow by the bend, the thunder stomped in boots that shook the fence posts end to end. We let the rain baptize us, laugh until we cried, then kiss beneath the rainbow we pretended we designed. At the diner under string lights, we were sticky soaked and new. The waitress brought us pie that tasted just like truth. We planned a little someday with a truck and painted doors, some dog that steals the spotlight, and friends who ask for more. You said love's not a secret, it's a headline you repeat till everyone that hears it starts dancing in the street. So cue the chorus, darling, make the night our favorite song. Let's drive till all that scares us is exactly where it belongs. Backroad confetti, fireflies and dust, sprinkling up like wedding rice from tires we can trust. Fiddle in the rear view, steal across the dust. Backroad confetti, blessing both of us. Oh, if we ever lose the map, remember what we know. Home is where the dashboard hums and radio halos glow. If we're counting pennies, fine. Let summer count the stars. We'll trade our fears for miles and own the world in parts. Backroad confetti, fireflies and dust, sprinkling up our promises, turning faith from rust. Fiddle in the rear view, steal across the dust. Backroad confetti, blessing both of us. Backroad confetti, throw it in the air. Every mile a miracle, love's everywhere. You said love was a porch swing, slow and easy, always there. But the hinges started squeaking when the weather wouldn't care. We wrote our names in sugar on a summer kitchen floor and watched the ants come marching like they knew the final score. I kept your mason jar on the second shelf just right, with lemon slice reminders of our closeness in the light. But you sipped the world more bitter than these small town nights could hold, and chased a city skyline wearing steel instead of gold. And there's a church bell counting Sundays like an old man on a stoop, and it echoes in our hallway where your laughter used to loop. I folded all your t-shirts, left the ones that hold your scent, a souvenir of sweetness for the days my courage went. I tried to sweeten thunderstorms with songs my mother knew, but life kept pouring vinegar on every dream of you. You left a note on notebook paper, I need a different sky, and underline the word different twice so I'd know why. Sweet tea, heartbreak, sugar on my tongue, memories in mason jars, the ache of coming undone. Slide guitar is crying, fiddle draws it out. Sweet tea, heartbreak, love that learned to doubt. I sat out on the back steps with the fireflies at 10, telling stories to the crickets like we might begin again. The stars were sticky tender like the sweat behind my knees, and I swore I heard your pickup hum a chorus through the trees. But the breeze was just the breeze, and the road was just a road, and faith is just a promise when it doesn't carry load. So I fixed myself a glass of what we used to call our shine, sunset colored honey slow, pretending we were fine. At midnight in the kitchen I could still taste lemon bright, the way your kiss would balance all the bitterness of night. A photograph kept smiling though the edges curled with time, and I realized loving you was like sweet tea spice fight with brine. It doesn't mean you fooled me, it doesn't make me small. It means I learned that sunshine can't be captured in a jar. And if you're on that skyline sipping coffee, steel and chrome, I hope you find your version of a porch that feels like home. Sweet tea heartbreak, lessons in a glass. I'll sweeten what is coming, let the bitterness pass. Let the steel keep wailing, let the fiddle soothe the doubt. Sweet tea heartbreak, I'm learning to pour out. The weight of years, I'll set it on the railing while the sun climbs up the pines, and sip to what we couldn't be, then toast to what is mine. Sweet tea heartbreak, lessons in a glass. I'll sweeten what is coming, let the bitterness pass. Let the steel keep wailing, let the fiddle soothe the doubt. Sweet tea heartbreak, I'm learning to pour out. The marquee says the movie starts at 9, but we don't care. We're busy making wishes in the cotton candy air. The storefronts wear their twinkle like a suit they saved for prom. And even broken neon finds a way to hum along. You slip your hand in mine like summer slips into July. We're walking down a memory neither one of us can buy. The bakery smells like cinnamon, the bar sounds just like home, where laughter shakes the rafters and no one drinks alone. The streetlight paints a halo on your shoulders, soft and gold, like heaven saying quietly, hey look, they found their road. A cover band is practicing behind the hardware store. I swear they tune their strings to how you breathe a little more. You point out constellations in the window's mirrored sky. We read our names in cursive clouds and didn't need to try. A couple on a corner spins a two-step into grace. We might not know the steps, but we'll learn them face to face. Moonlight on Main Street, dancing like a dare. Slide guitar in every side, a fiddle in your hair. Letter tone confessions, stomping hearts in mine. We passed the old post office where your grandma wrote her vows, stamped them with a lipstick kiss, and still believes them now. The brickwork keeps our secrets like a diary with keys. We read between the mortar lines and write our destinies. A waitress on her smoke break flicks a question with a grin. Y'all just fall in love tonight, or did you always win? We laugh because it's both of those, a gamble and a plan. A little luck, a little grit, and God's own steady hand. A siren in the distance sings a modern lullaby, but here it's all guitar strings, sugar dough, and fireflies. We knock upon the midnight like a neighbor we adore, and promise to return again and leave a flower at its door. When you lean against the lamppost, every shadow turns to lace, and every fear I ever held gets vanished by your face. So let the closing hours kiss the chalk from sidewalk games. We've got 1,000 firsts to do and only need our names. Moonlight on Main Street, dancing like a dare. Slide guitar in every side, a fiddle in your hair, baritone confessions, stomping hearts in time. Moonlight on Main Street, where every wish is mine. If tomorrow rains, we'll waltz with puddles. If storms arrive, we'll sing them soft. If life gets loud, we'll turn up kindness till the noise is paid off. Hold my hand through open windows, past the letters, past the years. Let Main Street be our compass when the highways disappears. Moonlight on Main Street, put it in a jar, save it for the hard times when we forget who we are. Let the band keep playing, let the good times rhyme. Moonlight on Main Street, we're forever on its time. The rows rose up like cathedrals, green and whispering our names. We parked beneath the harvest moon, set the sky to flame. Your laugh cracked open August like a secret peach at noon. Sticky, sweet, and dangerous, a summer kind of tune.
The crickets did percussion and the wind played slide guitar. I swore the fireflies learned harmony from every falling star. You took my collar closer, said don't rush the good we found. And time fell off its axis while our hearts took holy ground.
We talked about the future like a recipe we tried. A dash of city, pinch of farm, a porch where we'd abide. A dog that steals the blankets, kids that track the mud indoors. The kind of home that goldens every scratch in every floor. I told you I'm not perfect. You said good, then you're like me. We'll leave a trail of almost for the birds to eat for free. We'll plant a faith that's stubborn, water it with songs, and let the seasons prove us right whenever life goes wrong. Kissing in a cornfield, hallelujah in the leaves, fiddle on the breeze line, baritone that believes, stomping hearts in rhythm, slide guitar that heals. Kissing in a cornfield, this is how forever feels.
The radio was staticky, but somehow played it clear. A love that doesn't promise ease, but promises we're here. Your hair caught every moonbeam like a net for silverfish.
And I learned how to listen when the silence makes a wish.
We carved our initials on a pocket knife of light, etched them on the night sky while the owls explain the ride.
You said if we get lost, we'll follow laughter back. And I believed it deeply, like a railroad trusts its track.
I tasted salt and summer on your newly freckled skin, a melody of freckles I was honored to begin.
We didn't need permission from the world outside the rose, just a breath that said I'm yours, and both of us to know. I kept my hat beside us, brim up to the stars, a little boat for wishes and a home for our guitars. And when the dew began to rise, like morning come too soon, we promised to return here when we needed proof of truth.
If life turns into winter, frozen sharp and thin,
we'll put this night in coffee, stir it slowly in. If people say we're foolish, let them talk and spin. We'll dance beneath their headlines till the laughter lets us in. Kissing in a cornfield, honey on the wheel, fiddle draws a ribbon on the night we made real. Drums of boots and heartbeat, steel that softly peels. Kissing in a cornfield, this is how forever feels. Static crackled through the dashboard, but your voice came sliding in. A DJ spinning Heartbreak like a record soaked in sin. You left a kiss on my collar, shade of crimson, bold and true. Now every station sings about the memory of you. Neon nights and late night diners, jukeboxes that never sleep. We shared milkshakes in the corner, promises we couldn't keep. You loved songs with pedal steel, I love the way you'd hum. Now all I've got is silence where our two-step used to drum. Red lipstick radio, playing love I used to know. Every song a photograph, echoes where we used to go. Slide guitar and baritone, fiddles crying soft and slow. Red lipstick radio, girl, I can't let go. I tuned past pop and static, but your chorus found me still. The way you laughed through broken verses gave me back my fill. The DJ called for dedications, I almost spoke your name, but silence held my steering wheel and pride took all the blame. Highway stretched like faded jeans, worn and torn with time. The night was made of whispers that once used to be mine. And though I changed the station, every voice would sound like you, as if the world was singing back the color of your truth. Red lipstick radio, playing love I used to know. Every song a photograph, echoes where we used to go. Slide guitar and baritone, fiddles crying soft and slow. Red lipstick radio, girl, I can't let go. Maybe someday I'll forget the way you stained my soul, but every chord is painted with the red that made me whole. I'll keep my windows open wide, let the wind remind me slow that some songs never fade, they just change the show. Red lipstick radio, playing love I used to know. Your memory's my melody, the one I can't outgrow. Slide guitar and baritone, fiddles crying soft and low. Red lipstick radio, forever in the glow. We don't need a red carpet moment, just a cooler full of ice. Neighbors bringing casseroles, fireflies in the night. Grandpa's fiddle keeps the rhythm, Mama claps her hands in time. And you're the queen of this front porch, darling, you're all mine.
just chasing laughter, chasing stars they can't yet name. We're sipping sweet tea spiked with bourbon, swearing life's a simple game.
Your sundress sways like Sunday gospel, your smile's a neon sign. If the world knew this feeling, they'd all be standing in line. Friday night, front porch famous, under string lights, shining clear. No headlines, no flashing cameras, just the people we hold near. With a slide guitar in the distance and a baritone to claim us, we don't need the world's applause. We're Friday night, front porch famous. Uncle Joe picks out the chords, his sixth string older than the war. Cousin Sarah harmonizes, knocking angels off the floor. We stomp in time on wooden planks, the neighbors join along. Every crack and creek is holy when it's holding up our song.
The world spins fast and reckless, chasing money, chasing more.
But here we measure happiness and laughter at the door. I trade the flashing billboards, the city's hollow charms, for this rocking chair communion and your beauty in my arms. Friday night, front porch famous, under string lights, shining clear. No headlines, no flashing cameras, just the people we hold near. With a slide guitar in the distance and a baritone to claim us, we don't need the world's applause. We're Friday night, front porch famous. If someday we're forgotten, names lost in history, this porch will be the headline of the love you gave to me. Our legacy is simple, just a fiddle laughing song. Friday nights together, where our hearts belong. Friday night, front porch famous, under stars so close they cheer. Every stomping laughs a story worth repeating year to year. Slide guitar and fiddle famous, love's the only crown that claims us, forever in the porch light glow. We're Friday night, front porch famous. You walked into the subway with your boots a mile too loud, Heads turn like tumbleweeds, whispering in the crowd. Your Stetson brushed the ceiling, your belt buckle shone like stars. A cowboy out of water, chasing neon bars. City girls with high-heeled power, businessmen in ties, didn't know what hit their skyline when they looked into your eyes. You tipped your hat with reverence, old school in a modern scene. And the city learned that night what country love can mean. Stetson in the city, cowboy boots on cobblestone, bringing fields into the skyline, making strangers feel like home. Slide guitar through traffic, fiddle where the bright lights roam. Stetson in the city, you're never quite alone. We danced in Times Square silence when the taxi stopped to stare. Your jaw cut through the sirens, turned the chaos into prayer. The diner served us cornbread with a side of apple pie, and the waitress from the Bronx swore she'd give small town a try. Your lasso wasn't leather, it was laughter, it was song. Roping in the hurried hearts, reminding them they belonged. The skyline never shimmered quite the way it did with you. Cowboy boots and neon dreams can make the world brand new. Stetson in the city, cowboy boots on cobblestone, bringing fields into the skyline, making strangers feel like home. Slide guitar through traffic, fiddle where the bright lights roam. Stetson in the city, you're never quite alone. Maybe you'll return someday to the ranch you used to know, but the city keeps your shadow where the Broadway marquees glow. A cowboy's heart can travel, never breaking what it's true. Stetson in the city, love looks good on you. Stetson in the city, cowboy boots on cobblestone, bringing hope into the chaos, making strangers feel like home. Slide guitar through traffic, fiddle where the bright lights roam. Stetson in the city, you're never quite alone. I had a map with coffee stains, a tank half full of hope, a suitcase packed with verses, and a hand-me-down coat. Billboards in the rearview bright, dreams with shiny teeth, but I was chasing something older, something underneath. The radio said Memphis, like a promise wrapped in blue, and every mile I swallowed tasted more and more like you. You said if you go to Nashville, don't forget where you belong. So I tucked our kitchen laughter in the pocket of a song. Motels blink like eyelids on the highway's drowsy face. I scribbled rhymes on napkins just to keep a steady pace. The waitress poured more midnight as she asked me where I'm bound. I said somewhere south of maybe, where the truth is mostly sound. I used to fear the silence, like a courtroom with no judge. But now the quiet is a choir that pushes, won't let me budge. In the moonlight, silver shoulder, I could almost hear a stage, and a baritone inside me begging, let me turn the page. Last exit to Nashville, don't miss the sign. Slide guitars calling down the power lines. Fiddle finds a feeling I can't keep inside. Last exit to Nashville, let my heart decide. I thought about our bedroom with the cedar window frame, where thunder taught us patience and the power of a name. You in morning sunlight, hair a halo, warm and wild. You told me go become the song and bring it back, my child. So I gripped the wheel like mercy, let the white lines guide me home to a place I've never lived in, but I carry in my bones. A neon T-shaped like a cross, a diner's faithful glow, a city stitched in 16th notes that every drifter knows. A busker on the sidewalk sang a chorus soft and brave, with a case of broken wishes and a smile you couldn't save. I dropped a crumpled dollar, but he handed me a chord. Said, take this shape of heaven, son, and tune it to the Lord. On Broadway, boots were thundering, the kind of holy noise that says we're all still children chasing lanterns, chasing joys. I found a bar with lighting like the inside of a verse, and told the truth to strangers till it sounded less like hurt. Last exit to Nashville, don't miss the sign. Slide guitars calling down the power lines. Fiddle finds a feeling I can't keep inside. Last exit to Nashville, let my heart decide. If I fail, I'll fail for real, not for what I never tried. If I fall, I'll fall to music, stomping hearts that keep me tied. And if I rise, I'll rise with you, a porch light in my throat. Bring back songs of second chances wrapped in denim notes. Last exit to Nashville, here I am, with a kitchen-made conviction and a dashboard plan. Let the baritone confess it, let the stomps align. Last exit to Nashville, this life is mine. We didn't have a smartphone that could filter out the sky, just Polaroids that blinked to life and caught us by surprise. Your smile cracked like July thunder while I shook the picture dry, and a pickup truck horizon kept on rolling wide and high.
We learned to count by fence posts, to kiss in 3-4 time, to whisper vows and whispers only wind could underline. There's a shoebox in the closet where old summers go to sleep, and inside we are forever, grainy, golden, soft and deep.
We drove to church at sunrise, then to nowhere after that. A cooler full of sodas and a dog that stole my hat.
Your braid was laced with daisies, your laugh a tambourine,
and every dirt road wedding gave us rings you couldn't see. The dash would hum a hymn or two, the steel would sigh and bend, the fiddle traced a ribbon where our daydreams wouldn't end.
I kept those instant memories like a stack of porch light prayers,
for the nights when life goes quiet and nostalgia fills the air. Polaroids and pickup trucks, love with muddy wheels, slide guitar and baritone to say the way it feels. Fiddle draws the borders where the picture turns to real. Polaroids and pickup trucks, forever in the fields. We broke a little later when the rent climbed up too fast, when the city sold us futures payable by our past. But even in the subways, in the fluorescent hum, I'd pull a faded photo where our open hearts had spun.
remember that old picnic where the ants just crashed the scene. We laughed so hard at chaos that it polished us to clean.
Those snapshots aren't just images, they're maps to who we are. A two-lane kind of patience and a second-hand guitar.
I visited the county line the day you came back home. A sunset like a matchbook that the river overthrown.
We opened up that shoebox, let the years breathe in the night, and posed again for memory in the golden barnyard light. Oh, the pickup's older, louder, but it still knows where to go. To the orchard where we promised, to the creeks that let us grow.
I snapped another instant, watched it blur and then come clear. You kissed me like the camera, making magic reappear.
Polaroids and pickup trucks, love with muddy wheels, slide guitar and baritone to say the way it feels. Fiddle draws the borders where the picture turns to real. Polaroids and pickup trucks, forever in the fields. When the world moves faster than a heart can keep in frame, we'll rewind to paper squares where tenderness remains.
Call it lo-fi heaven, call it proof of faith in us. We're richer than the future in a dusty pickup's trust.
Polaroids and pickup trucks, print another now. Let the chorus bless our names and teach the earth to bow. With the fiddle circling starlight and the steel that softly heals. Polaroids and pickup trucks, love's the only real. chase the kind of darkness that is friendly to the lost. Windows down, the night air free, no questions and no cost. Ajar between us breathing, like a lantern full of stars. Fireflies on the dashboard, lighting up the world we are. Your hair was windy Sunday, my hands were Saturday bold. We left a town that kept us safe but wouldn't let us grow. The gravel laughed beneath us like a choir of country saints, and every mile erased a doubt that small-time living pains. A radio preacher murmured from a station far away, something about redemption through the road and through the day. I swear the steel guitar translated all that into grace, while fiddles signed our future in the margins of your face. We stopped beside a soybean field to stretch and breathe the sky, turned the jar to let them go, then watched our worries fly. They scattered like confetti from a wedding we delayed, but came back just to prove that love remembers how it stays. Fireflies on the dashboard guide our hidden notes, an urgent confession riding on our throats. Slide guitar and stomping hearts, a promise made of rose. Fireflies on the dashboard, showing where to go. You told me about your grandma who survived with canned goods life, how she measured happiness in coffee spoons and nights. I told you about my father, how he taught me not to bluff, but also how to say I'm scared and still be strong enough. We wrote a vow right there, no paper, just the air, that home would be the honesty we dare and we would share. The jar sat empty, waiting for the next gold moment true, but we decided we were lamps, and lamps have work to do. The county fair flashed thunder like a circus down the road. We rolled in with our haloed hearts like kids who'd found a code. Two-step on a plywood square, the band a patchwork crew. The drummer kept the stomps alive, the singer sounded new. We danced until the lights went low and then kept dancing more, because we'd learned the firefly trick to light up what's in store. Back in the truck, I swear I saw a glow inside your chest, a firefly who chose to stay because you were its nest. Fireflies on the dashboard guide our hidden notes, their drone confession riding on our feet the way. Let the fiddle sketch the map we follow day by day. Still we'll sing the distances, baritone will know. Fireflies on the dashboard lead us as we grow. We couldn't afford the crystal, but we had the moon for free. So we poured our sparkling wishes where the fireflies could see. A mason jar remembers what your granddad stored for drought. Tonight it keeps the bubbles of a love we're letting out.
We dressed like Sunday sinners, nice enough to fool the stars, and drove to where the river makes a mirror out of scars.
That old truck rattled laughter from the bolts we couldn't fix, but it held our bending future like a hymn that always sticks.
We toasted to the detours, to the jobs that never called,
to the friends who said you're crazy when we built our paper wall.
We toasted to your courage, with the courage in my hands,
and bless the way the mason writes our names in nighttime sand. You said maybe champagne isn't country with a grin.
I said country is the vessel, not the dreams we pour within.
So we clinked the glass of patience to the lip of better days.
The jar sang back our promise with 1,000 sparkling waves.
Champagne in a mason jar, wish us steady stars. Slide guitar like fireworks, fiddle healing scars, daggering torn and stomping hearts, dancing where we are. Champagne in a mason jar, love's our lucky star.
We wrote a list on napkins, house with porch and crooked swing,
a garden that apologizes anytime it rains in spring. You want a dog who answers to a name that means we tried. I want a table big enough for everyone inside.
we'll hang our jar above us when we eat in borrowed light,
And every bubble rising will remind us we did right.
our voices will be sparklers, drawing hearts in honest air.
Our laughter spilling fireworks like we'd never learned to care. After midnight, crickets bowed like violinists in the weeds.
The river hushed its breathing just to hear the way we dreamed.
You said I'm not a princess, I said good, be something true.
Be a woman building kingdoms out of everything you do.
You tipped the jar against my lips and crowned me with a kiss. We drank the future slowly, tasting every open risk. Somewhere far in town the crystal flutes clink dedicate, but out here
Jars and thunder taught us what we won't forget.
champagne in a mason jar, wish us steady stars. Slide guitar like fireworks, fiddle healing scars, but entangled and stomping hearts, dancing where we are. Champagne in a mason jar, love's our lucky star. One day when we're older and the porch is full of friends,
We'll pass the jar with stories of the origin of when.
they'll think it's just a trinket till the bubbles show their face.
And realize joy can shimmer in the humblest of plays.
jar. Raise it to the night, let the steel ring out a toast, let the fiddle paint it bright. If country is a canvas, let our colors travel far. Champagne in a mason jar. This love is who we are. I found your notes in jacket seams, in pockets frayed and blue, and denim letters stitched in thread that spelled I carry you. A cuff held little sentences you mumbled when you slept. A collar hid a chorus from the promises we kept. We don't write on paper often. Life is folded, worn, and real. So you embroidered always where my heart would always feel. A patch above the elbow said we failed, but then we mend. And every rip remembered where we learned to love again. At laundromats at midnight, we would read each line by hum. Machines like gentle metronomes of everything we've done. You trace the past with fingertips, then added something new. Be brave around the shoulder seam, be patient by the blue. We never mailed a letter that could hold the way we live, but denim kept our journal with the tenderness it gives. The more we wore that jacket, the more language it designed. A dictionary made of dusk and morning intertwined. Denim letters, ink of thread, slide guitar where promises are said. Fiddle frames the things we've read. Denim letters, love well spread. I wore it to the job that said they'd call and never did. I wore it to the picnic where we laughed like reckless kids. I wore it on the night we fought and almost said we're through. The sleeve said stay, the pocket said remember what is true. At hospitals and barrooms, on the pew and on the floor, that jacket caught our falling and then taught us how to soar. It smelled like rain and cedar, like forgiveness in July. The kind of cloth that listens while your spirit learns to fly. When winter asked for sweaters, we still kept the denim close. Layered it with bravery, that quiet country dose. A button popped on Tuesday, you replaced it with a star. A tiny silver heaven to remind us who we are. And when our daughter learned to read, she traced the stitched out words and asked if love is fabric that can soften what it hurts. We said it's more than cotton, it's a vow that keeps you warm. It's letters no one sees until your life becomes the form. Denim letters, ink of thread, slide guitar where promises are said. Fiddle frames the things we've read. Denim a patchwork of our stumbles and the mercies we have built. And when the grandkids hold it close, they'll feel the steady beat of two hearts riding always where the worn and holy meet. Denim letters, every stitch a song, the ladder-torn confession, stomps that carry calm. Fiddle sings the margins where we learn to get along. Denim letters, this is our song.
You tried to change my melody to tune me into need, but I was born in open keys with dust on both my feet. I learned on porches, learned on pews, learned under kitchen light that some truths won't be iron flat, they wrinkle into right. You wanted tidy endings, I wanted bridges wide. You counted by the minutes, I counted by the sky. And yet we shared a chorus that could silence any doubt, a hook that held us steady when the storms were banging loud. I'm stubborn like a song that won't leave once it starts. I hum through shut-up windows, I haunt the quiet parts. You call me complicated, I call it honest tune, a melody that waits for you to dance or make more room. The neighbors shook their heads when we were loud with what we meant, but music isn't polite when love is being bent. We're messy, we're imperfect, but we're symphonies at best when we let the tempo guide us and the rhythm do the rest. Stubborn like a song, slide guitar that sings along, fiddle plays where we belong, near tune and boots be strong. We tried to be the couple in the magazines and ads, with living rooms like temples where no crumbs or kids are dads. But real life has a kick drum and it scuffs the shiny floors, and real love has a steel that bends and still asks you for more. So hang the picture crooked, it will match our favorite chords, and leave the dishes soaking while we write 1,000 worlds. We'll teach our little bandmates that perfection isn't true, that courage is a chorus you can sing through any proof. When we hit a sour measure, let's not throw the chart away, let's slow it down and listen for what mercy has to say. We'll mute the snare of anger, bring the bass of trust back in, let the organ of forgiveness lift the roof and let us in. We're stubborn not to hurt each other, stubborn not to quit, stubborn like a country song that heals the worst of it. Turn the porch light up to 11, let the neighbors hear. We're playing through the darkness till the morning standing near. Stubborn like a song, slide guitar that sings along, fiddle plays where we belong, get a tool and boots be strong. If faith is any music, it's the part that comes again, the chorus we can count on like a rope we throw to friends. We'll loop it till it saves us, then we'll send it down the line To anyone who needs a stubborn song to hold the climb. Stubborn like a song, let the storms align. Let the steel bend mercy, let the fiddle shine. I'm stubborn to love you, stubborn to belong. Stubborn like a song, I'll always sing along.
Morning smeared the sunlight like warm butter on the land. The highway hummed a bass line only patience understands. Your head upon my shoulder in a sleepy, quiet prayer, while mountains poured out honey that the dawn had left to spare. We weren't running from a thing, we were running toward the truth. A place where days unwind like thread in golden spinning hues. The gas station sold kindness with a biscuit and a smile, and miles wore soft like denim when we talked in lazy style. A hawk above the median drew circles in the blue, and we were just a chorus under everything he knew. You traced the map with finger trails that tickled state to state. We made up names for rivers that our old ones couldn't take. I said if highways have a color, this one's amber, warm and brave. You laughed and said it tastes like toast the way the sunrise gave. Our playlist stitched a quilt to steel and fiddle low and fair, and in that honey tone forever, love was everywhere. Honey tone highway, slide guitar lead the way. Fiddle paints the day, lyres on steady sway. We stopped beside a roadside stand that sold us peaches ripe. We ate them like confessions till our fingers dripped with light. A farmer told us stories of a drought that finally broke. We nodded like disciples to the gospel and his jokes. The world can be a headline that forgets the scale of hands, but out here every handshake is a promise to the land. We tipped our hats to windmills, counted bells, and blessed the fence. Contentment pulled the throttle, everything made sense. At noon we crossed a county line that sounded like a key, unlocking a small anthem only open hearts can sing. We named a dozen exits after moments we'd restore, like call your mom and let it go, and kiss me at the store. You wrote them on the window fog like lyrics for the sun, and promised we'd remember when the pace became a run. I felt the road keep singing like the pulse of simple truth, a honey tone reminder that we still could choose the route. Honey tone highway, slide guitar lead the way. Fiddle paints the day, arrow turns steady sway. If winter turns us brittle or the city makes us steal, we'll find this stretch of amber where our shoulders learn to heal. We'll park and eat a peach again, let sweetness calm the fight, and drive the court of mercy into every wrong to right. Honey-toned highway, pour your golden hymn, let stomps keep time with heartbeat, let the daylight in, with steel and fiddle shining like a prayer we know is true. Honey-toned highway, take us home like you do. We bought a thrift store turntable with a wobble and a spin, a stack of dusty records like forgotten next of kin. On Tuesdays after dinner we would set the needle down, and every crackle paved a road from sorrow into sound. Our sink was full of dishes and our bank account was thin, but a little victories and vinyl turned the noise to violin. We cheered the bills we paid on time, we danced for socks that matched, we toasted fixing leaky sinks with hope and twine attached. The world loves to make trophies out of things that don't mean much, but here a quiet morning is an Oscar you can touch. A smile from cranky neighbors, a pie that really sets, a garden where the stubborn seeds keep sending us their best. We kept a list on fridge door space of wins in tiny ink. I called my mom, no soda slept, did not overthink. We'd drop the stylus gently, hear a fiddle curl inside, and count our little triumphs like confetti in July. Little victories and vinyl, spin the hope again, slide guitar and battle, let mercy be our friend. Fiddle draws a ribbon round the mundane that we mend. Little victories and vinyl, sing until the end. On payday we'd buy records with the corners bent and torn, the singers in their cowboy suits like patience that's reborn. We'd read the liner notes aloud like scripture for the tired, and laugh when someone thanked a mule or named their babysitter shy. The needle found a chorus and we found our voices too, a harmony for grocery lists and love that's tried and true. We learned to mix the pop of now with classic country grace, so modern hearts could two-step in a vintage scented space. When storms knocked out the power, we still danced by candle glow, pretending we were pioneers before the radio. You hummed a tune your grandma sang while hanging Sunday sheets, and I played spoons on mason jars and offbeat clumsy beats. It wasn't Instagrammable, it wasn't meant to trend, but we were rich in quiet ways the famous can't pretend. We stacked the good beside the good
change the rules. Award a point for breathing and for washing spoons. Give trophies out for kindness, give medals out for rest, then put the record on and let the smallness be the best. Little victories in vinyl, turn the needle slow, let the stomps keep tempo with the things we know. Steel will bless our everyday, the fiddle crowns the blend. Little victories in vinyl, this is how we win.
Your boots held little mirrors where the evening loved to fall. Silver spurs like tiny moons that danced along the wall. We rode the edge of daylight where the sky has melted rose, and promised not to hurry what the good earth grows. A canyon took our echoes as an offering of trust. The wind returned them polished with a haloed kind of hush. We didn't speak in paragraphs, we spoke in glances few, because some vows are thunder soft and say enough for two. You told me how your father taught you sunrise ropes and rains, how sundown is a teacher when you've learned from open plains. I told you I was city broke, a subway in my bones, but sundown rode me gentler while your heart rode me home. We tied our horses loosely to a fence that knew our names, and watched the world grow quieter like mercy after flames. The steel inside my chest began to soften, bend, and sing, as fiddle colors found the dusk and crowned it like a king. Silver spurs and sundown, let the day unwind. Slide guitar like twilight on a baritone of kind. Fiddle paints the canyon with a melody refined. Silver spurs and sundown, love and golden time. The first star pierced the velvet as the heat gave up its throne. We shared a canteen honesty that tasted like our own. You said the dark ain't scary when the light is in your hand, and lit a match of laughter till the shadows turned to sand. We cooked a 10-pan supper while the coyotes answered low, and told the sky our little plan so it could help them grow. I learned to hear the silence as an instrument that plays,
spaciousness the city can't convey. We saddled up at moonrise for a soft, unrushed return. The Spurs, a chime of patience with a lesson left to learn. The trail was lit in silver like a promise from the night, that everything worth keeping needs a gentler kind of light. We rode and stepped together till the barn doors held us near, and brushed the horses' thankful backs with gratitude and cheer. Then hand in hand we leaned against the life we're building slow, and asked the dust to bless us as it tucked the mountains low. Silver spurs and sundown, steady as a prayer. Steel will ring like moonlight, fiddle threads the air. Dara town and stomping hearts, moving slow line. Silver spurs and sundown, this is how we shine. Silver spurs and sundown, steady as a prayer. Steel will ring like moonlight, fiddle threads the air. Irons on and stomping hearts, moving slow line. Silver spurs and sundown, this is how we shine.
You texted me a message with a typo turned to fate. Meet me where the dance begins, you wrote at 8:30. I found you at the VFW with lights like county stars, a floor of polished stories and a band of patch guitars. You handed me a telegram, the old-time kind would send, but every word was two-step and the ending said begin. We didn't talk in sentences, the dancing did our speech, a telegram of heartbeat traveling each reach. The drummer snapped a postage mark, the steel guitar addressed, the fiddle stamped approval on the secrets we confessed. Your smile became the envelope that held our breath in place, and every twirl delivered me to home within your grace. We learned a simple pattern, left, right, left, and then repeat, but love scribbled all the margins with 1,000 little beats. When the band leader hollered one more like a train, we knew this telegram was one we'd always send again. Two-step telegram, message clear and strong, slide cups and stories warmed our hands. We shared our broken headlines and our kitchen table plans. You lost a little brother, I lost Brave in 23. We placed those losses gently where the tempo set us free. The telegram kept coming through the shuffles and the slides, a promise typed in footprints that the morning can't override. By the last said someone's grandpa taught us how to glide, and tears made holy ink upon the floor we dignified. We took the telegram outside where summer watched us breathe, and stars became the punctuation love was born to weave. You said when life gets tangled, let the two-step be our code, a message we can always send no matter where we go. I signed my name in footprints, you signed yours in a grin, and posted it to future with a dance instead of pen. If text can get deleted, let the floor remember true, a telegram of motion that delivers me to you. Two-step telegram, message clear and strong, slide guitar delivering what words can get all wrong. Fiddle seals the envelope, baritone along. Two-step telegram, dance me all night long. If one day storms cut lines and silence shakes the phone, we'll meet where feet can speak in letters all their own. The band will be the postman, the drummer time and trust. We'll write it in our bodies, us and golden dust. Two-step telegram, send it once again. Let stumps and steel and fiddle be the ink that never ends. Addressed to ever after, stamped with we belong. Two-step telegram, dance me all night long. We used to argue quietly, like static on AM. But then the screen turned brilliant, Heartbreak Blu-ray 8K lens. Every tear crystal sharp, every sigh a Dolby sigh. We watched our little fractures on a giant city sky. Your phone recorded everything we didn't mean to say, and replayed it in a loop that didn't know how to decay. I miss the gentle fuzziness that mercy used to grant, when love was not a movie we expected to enchant. We needed grain, we needed blur, the soft forgiving kind. Instead we had the razor edge of pixels sharp as mine. But even high definition cannot magnify a soul in all the glossy misery left empty where we're whole. I turned the brightness down and found your hand in honest dark, where voices lose their echo and the silence plants a spark. We close the apps, we dim the screens, we listen for a clue, and in the analog of heartbeat I remembered how to choose. Heartbreaks in high definition, too much light to heal. Slide guitar and baritone, bring back what's real. Fiddle blur the edges, let the kindness
the scratches narrate what our streaming never guessed. The singer missed a measure, we forgave him with a grin, because a human-sized mistake invites a human to begin. We wrote a list of boundaries we should have drawn before, then danced between them, laughing like a child on kitchen floors. Our therapist said, slow it down, don't narrate every turn, let curiosity be candles while you watch each other burn. We started taking pictures with cheap disposable kind, where light leaks turn the failures into rainbows you can mine. We posted less, we practiced more, we prayed out loud at night, and found an HD tenderness that served a softer life. By autumn we were wiser, by winter we were warm. We learned to turn the volume down when storms demanded form. Now when the world is crystal clear and cruelty is staged and bright, we switch to low and let our souls recalibrate to ride. Heartbreaks in high definition, too much light to heal. Slide guitar and baritone, bring back what's real. Fiddle blur the edges, let the kindness seal. Heartbreaks in high definition, teach us how to had a filter, it would soften, never hide. It keeps the truth in focus while it warms the wounded side. So turn the sharpness down and let the colors be more true, where grace is high fidelity and love is made anew. Heartbreaks in high definition, hold us in a frame where steel can weep with wisdom and the fiddles speak our names. Laurentian confessions, stomping hearts that heal. Heartbreaks in high definition, now we know what's real.
Wrote to all our future selves on postcards made of stars, signed them with the constellations and a coffee-stained guitar. The water tower promised us a view that never lies, so we climbed with teenage reverence and mailed our open skies. We told ourselves to stay kind when the city makes us steal, keep a porch light a language for the letters hearts can feel. At night the grain silos would hum like choirs at the fair, and we addressed the universe with wish you could be here. We took a pen named July Wind and stamped with County Road the mailbox was a memory where summer overflowed. Your lipstick left a cancellation mark on every card. So even when they lost their way, the message landed hard. We rode up pies and pickup trucks of Main Street's faithful lights, fiddles in the laundromat on 2 long Monday nights. We wrote about the neighbor who will shovel all the snow, and about the guy at hardware who can fix what we don't know. Postcards from a small town sky, slide guitar waves hello passing by. Fiddle signs its name nearby, legend replies we try. Years later when we drifted where the skyline stole our eyes, we opened up our postcards like a parachute of sighs. They told us don't be famous, be remembered by your grace, and leave a pie at doorways when you move from place to place. One said grow your garden on a balcony if you must. Another ask your elders for the recipes they trust. We kept them on the fridge with crooked magnets shaped like cows. And every time we made a plan, we checked the sky for vows. When heartbreak turned the buildings into mirrors of our doubt, we mailed ourselves a brand new card, come home and figure it out. Home wasn't on a map alone, it waited in a way, a habit of remembering the humble golden day. We drove back to the water tower, older but as brave, and climbed until the letters in our bones began to wave. We stamped the present with a kiss, we signed it with a grin, addressed it to forever, and then mailed it to the wind. Postcards from a small town sky, slide guitar waves hello passing by. Fiddle signs its name nearby, baritone replies we try. If someday grandkids ask us how we kept our hearts in tune, we'll hand them stacks of postcards and a peek at July's moon. We'll say write down your ordinary, stamp it while it's nigh, mail it to the future from a small town sky. Postcards from a small town sky, let the stumps keep time, let the steel reply. Fiddle frames the mercy we can't buy. Postcards from a small town sky, goodbye, hello.